Mixed Rock presents 10 odd phobias. Number 1. The fear of trees, or more specifically, dark foreboding woods. Like with a lot of these phobias, it got worse once mainstream media started releasing movies like Friday the 13th, set in a cabin in the woods. It usually develops in children, but it carries over into adulthood, and even the mere mention of woods can set someone off. Number 2. This is the fear of nudity, one very common these days. It refers to both the anxiety of someone seeing you naked, and likewise, you seeing someone else naked, then getting stuck with the mental image of their nakedness. The reason for this fear? The feeling of physical inadequacy, that people will point out your flaws and vulnerability, and that, like George Costanza, you happen to be in a pool just before you were caught. Number 3. The fear of stepmothers. This one should be fairly obvious since foster parents usually bring negative feelings to children, both in real life, but more so in the media. Stepmothers in films are typically portrayed as cruel, or as a witch mistreating the children under their care, and it only encourages this phobia. Number 4. The fear of sleeping. It encompasses a broad range of types, and people usually suffer from a very mild form at a young age, getting used to the cycle of sleep, unconsciousness, then revival. Some people don't get over this though. For those, it feels like dying every night. Or it's the lack of control over the situation that sets them off. Or maybe the nightmares are keeping them awake. Or uncontrollable insomnia. It could be a vast number of things. Number 5. The fear of dinner conversation. This is a byproduct of the larger social phobia, but more specifically targeting the chaotic and unpredictable nature of talking to people around a table. It's been speculated that Howard Hughes, famous from the Aviator film starring Leonardo DiCaprio, had this, as one scene involves him awkwardly trying to compose himself while having a dinner with a family. Number 6. The fear of ugliness. And not just of people, but anything ugly or imperfect, either situation or object. It doesn't matter. Either can set you off. Nobody's really sure what causes this phobia, but it likely stems from a traumatic event involving ugliness. Nobody's really sure what causes this phobia, but it likely stems from a traumatic event involving ugliness, where you're conditioned to respond to a certain stimulus. In this case, that you were perceived to be flawed or unattractive. Number 7. The fear of cheese. Usually stemming from a traumatic experience, like you were once chased down the street by a psychotic murderer wielding some delicious blue vein. This one can be diverse. You either fear a specific type of cheese, or the entire batch. It's made even worse if you have a phobia of the colour yellow. Number 8. The infamous fear of clowns. Predominantly found in small children, as well as adults who may have had a questionable encounter with them in their youth. Unlike quite a few other phobias, whoever has this usually knows their phobia is irrational and unwarranted, but they still can't escape those foreboding facial features, the swollen nose, the weird colour scheme, and also It by Stephen King. That doesn't help. Number 9. Likewise, this one is an unwarranted fear of beautiful women, usually in men young and old, though more common in those who don't have a straight orientation. It causes panic attacks, uncontrollable social problems, and a lack of attendance at beauty pageants. Number 10. The fear of touching or being touched, mostly centered around humans of the opposite gender. It usually develops as a result of sexual or physical assault, but it's been known to appear even without a trigger. If it isn't already obvious, this phobia pretty much kills any chance for intimacy. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to see more fantastic videos.